Hello, welcome to today's lesson. We are doing mathematics, and what we want to do is to practice on some of the very important but simple, very simple and basic operations of mathematics. We know from our background that we have four major operations of mathematics. In everything we do in mathematics, we are either adding or subtracting, multiplying or dividing, or just that. You look at any paper, if it's about area, you are multiplying length times width. If it's about profit and loss, you are adding and sometimes multiplying with 100 to get the percentage. So, we want to learn a few things related to that, especially in grade 8 content, which includes using number line, dealing with integers, positive and negatives, and also dealing with the fractions. So this is the questions that we are going to have. We are going to use those, and then after that we will use this. Yes. So some of the questions will be tackled in class, others will be left for you as an assignment, and you give me the responses in the comment section, or you send me directly to my WhatsApp. Good. So let us start with using a number line, or when you are told to give the answer to -2 plus 3. Can you tell the answer without using a number line? Because I've done so many times, I can tell the answer is +1. However, let us show using a number line. So I've said this is 1, but let us show it using a number line. So a number line, as you have learned, has a 0 and then has positive integers going this way, and this side they are negative integers. So we are going to use this line. This is negative, sorry. These are negatives, these are positives. And it can go up to infinity. I don't know whether you have heard this word. This is negative infinity. Infinity means a very big number, and it is not defined because you can't say whether a million is big enough. You go the largest positive number, then the smallest positive number. So because it is beyond your level, let me not include it there. However, we can begin here. You are told -2. So note that going this way from 0, this is positive. Another thing, when you are going this direction, you are adding. It doesn't matter whether you are beginning here and you are adding only 1, and the answer can end up being just a negative. If you are adding 2, you go that way. So going this way is adding, and going this way is subtracting. So when you're going to the right hand side, when you're facing your paper, right hand side is adding, this one is subtracting. So an example, if you're given 2 plus 2, you know the answer is 4. So when you have 2, you are adding 2, the answer is 4. What about 2 minus 2? 2 minus 2, you begin here 2, you go this way 2 times, and the answer is 0. So I started with this simpler one so that we can be able to answer the given question. So you are given -2 plus 3. So what are you supposed to do? You begin at where -2 is, and then you are adding 3. So you are going which direction? The right hand side. So you go 1, you go 2, you go 3. Where do you end up? 1. your answer is 1. So you can use that method to do as many questions. So let me do B and C so that you can do D. B, you are told to do -8 plus 3 minus 9. So we can extend our number line so that it has -5, -6, -7, -8. Here there is -8. And then, yeah, let us, this number line will not help us because it is going this way. So, let me rewrite it. So we have -8 plus 3 minus 9. So the answer here, even without looking at the answer, you know you are going this side so much, especially because of this. So you can start here. You say this is your -8. You have -7, -6, and so on and so forth. This is -5, -4, and then -9, -10, -11, -12, -13. So my number line, I have not included the 0, but if I want, I can continue here up to I get a 0, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Yes, so that all the numbers are visible. Then going this way, you have -14, -15, -16, -17, -18, -19, -20, -21, -22. So we begin at, we are told -8. You go where -8 is. You add 3. Adding, you go the right hand side. It doesn't matter whether you are still on the negative side. You add 3. 1, 2, 3. Where do you settle at? -5. Then after adding 3, you subtract 9. After you reach here, then start going back this way. So you can decide to draw on top of this line, but let me show from this end for clarity. 9 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So my answer is -14. -14. Let me tell you whether it is correct. Yeah, it is correct. The answer is -14. Let us search the number line. When you are adding, you go this direction. When you are subtracting, you go the left hand side. And it doesn't matter where you are. If you do it, you don't have to cross the 0 line, which can be just operating here. So you operate with the positive first. We can do C so that you do D and you show me your answer. Or instead of drawing another line let me do part D so that you can do C, because I will use this number line. The other one I have to grab and write another one so that I start at where 7 is. But number D, I can use this one. So let me use it. You are told to begin here. -9. You are told -3. Minus or subtracting, you go. Sorry, excuse me. So you have to go 1, 2, 3. Where do you set what? At negative 12. Then you add 11. You add 11, negative 9. This is the question I had given you earlier. You are given negative 9 minus 3 plus 11. So negative 9 minus 3 is negative 12. Then you add 11, adding you go this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Where do you set what? Negative 1. And that is the answer. If you get used to this question, however, when they tell you to use an ampersand, you have to show it this way. However, as you go on, they will expect you to know how to do it without using a calculator or a number line. So this one will be negative 9 minus 3 would be negative 12. You know it offhand. It's like you are adding the negatives. When you were in school, our teacher used to give us a scenario where you had a loan of 9 shillings in a shop, and then you go and buy 3 other things on loan. So how much debt do you have in that shop? You have a total debt of 12 shillings. Then the next day you come and pay 11 shillings. So what is your net balance in that shop? Do you still have a loan, or they have your money? So if your answer is negative, you had a debt of 12, you came and gave 11 shillings. They tell you, oh, tomorrow utatuletea 1 bob. This means it is a loan, and therefore it is negative. So we proceed to the next set of questions. Question 2, 3, and 4. These questions require your knowledge of BODMAS, or the priority. Even a question with several operations, you have addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. Which one should you begin with? Now, the first question here is written 27 divided by 9 plus 3 minus 3. So, the acronym B stands for both brackets of when you are given 3 of 4, it's like 3 times 4. It's a multiplication, but you give it a priority. After that, we have division, multiplication. That addition comes before subtraction. So, up to this point, you solve without rearranging the operations. However, if subtraction in your operations come before addition, I'm going to demonstrate later, you're supposed to rearrange. So in this case, let us solve this. We've said you begin with this BODMAS. You begin with brackets. Here. Yes, we do. So you're supposed to solve first what is in brackets and what is in brackets. 27 divided by 9 should give you 3. Add what is inside here. 3 times 7, that is 21. Then you subtract 3. Then you look at, you have solved multiplication. Do you have of? No. Do you have division? No. Do you have multiplication anywhere? No. You have addition. If addition comes first, you proceed with the way it is. And this is 3 plus 21 should be 24 minus 3. 24 minus 3 is 21. And this is your answer. Sorry, at this point, I want to where you need to rearrange. If at this point 3 minus 3 plus 21, although let's continue doing it. If you do 3 minus 3, well, if you use this BODMAS and somebody comes and let us do this, 3 minus, you begin with addition. Okay, let us add 24. Therefore 3 minus 24 is negative 21. This will be wrong. That will be very, very, very wrong. What are you supposed to do if you find yourself in with this scenario? You rearrange. You remember each digit, the sign is assigned to that digit. Here there is a plus that is not indicated. When it's positive 3, you don't have to indicate. However, when it is a negative, you have to indicate that it is negative 3. So you rearrange, you begin with the positives. You add 21, so that when you solve this part, you get 24 minus 3 is 21. So your answer remains. Don't be confused. Do not rearrange the rest. Don't. We are going to do another question, and I show you where you're not supposed to. The next question. Let us do the next question. Six divided by 8 times 4 plus 11 minus 3. 56 divided by 8 times 4 plus 11 minus 3. There is no brackets, there is no off, but there is division. So what I'm saying is that, well, division has begun here, or has started. This question is pretty easy. However, let me just write this for illustration, because although we are going to find it somewhere else, I've seen it. Let us do this one as it is. We are going to get it the next question. I'm going to write it as the next question, although it is the second after this, after question 4. So you begin with brackets. You underline brackets where you are going to solve. You begin with that. Your answer is 56 divided by 8. That is 7. Yes. This is 7 times 4 plus 11 minus 3. After division, you have multiplication. You solve this part. This is 28 plus 11 minus 3. You go to addition, which is, this is 39 minus 3. And this is 36. This is your answer. So this one is pretty easy, even if you do not know how to use brackets. BODMAS, it began with it was arranged in a way that you are going to solve this, after this you go to this, after that you do this, after that you do this. So this one was pretty easy. Now let us do the question I was preempting on. This is 8 plus 36 divided by 9 times 8 minus 39. 8 plus 36 divided by 9 times 8 minus 39. So this is what I was saying. do not rearrange and say, do we have brackets? No. Do we have off? No, but we have division. Do not rearrange and say 8 divided by 9. Actually, you begin with the first number, you divide by 9. No, don't do that. What you're supposed to do is just underline where division is. It is 36 divided by 9, that part. And then the rest you just copy. So, 36 divided by 9 is 4. Then copy the other numbers the way they appear. So it was 8 plus that, plus what you solve here. Then times 8 minus 39. Again, at this point, do not say, since the next operation is multiplication, you do not take 8 times 8. You just underline where that multiplication is and you solve it. 4 times 8 is 32. And you have 8 plus 32 minus 39. So only at this point are you supposed to check what begins here. It is addition before subtraction. At that point, it's only when you are supposed to rearrange. But in this case, we have addition first. So you can just add. This is 40. 40 minus 39. And the answer is 1. The answer is 1. If you have the next scenario, maybe if you have operations that are similar occurring at the same point. For example, this is division and maybe you have divided by 3. You solve them at the same time. When you solve this is just a scenario I'm giving. If I can write with a green pen, maybe. This is a scenario I'm writing. If there was a divide by 3 there, I would have underlined this, solved it to 4, and also underlined this one too at that very point. And my answer would be, I'll not continue to the end, I'm going to just indicate how it would have been. 39 minus divided by 3 is 13. So this would have been the steps I would have taken. You can actually solve 2 at the same stage. You solve this and you solve this. Yes. We had skipped the first question there, under question 4. Under question 4, we had skipped that, which is 3 in brackets 1 plus 2 plus 3. What have we said? The first thing is to solve what is in brackets first. So you finish this. You first handle this. 1 plus 2 plus 3. 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6. Then you open this bracket. 3 times 6, 18. So I'm going to leave the question, this question that begins with 4 over 5. The third question after 4 that I have put a red arrow. That one I'm going to leave for you. You do it, and oh, I think we can do it because of it's a fraction. The rest did not have fractions. Yes, so we are going to do it anyway. I thought it would be an easy one. It is easy anyway. However, because it has fractions, you want to know how do we add, multiply, or divide fractions. You can learn something there. So we have 4 over 5 times 8 over 9 minus 7 over 12 divide by 7 over 8. When you have these questions, you use again BODMAS. Do you have brackets? No. Do you have off? No. Do you have division? Yes. So you underline where division is and you solve it. So how do you divide fractions? How do you divide fractions? You check. You see the way I'm arranging my work. This question, please follow what I'm doing, because at grade 9 KGC there are questions that you're supposed to show the working and you get marks for them. If you fail the final answer, you get marks for the process. You can get 2 marks and fail the answer, or 1 mark for the process. And it is often difficult to mark for students who do this, especially a part like this somewhere else and then they come to fix it. It's difficult. So what I'm doing, you solve this part and then copy the other parts. So this is how you're supposed to do. 7 over 12 divided by 7 over 8. You're supposed to multiply and do a reciprocal of this. The denominator now becomes the numerator. Then 7 goes down. And then you can cancel. You can start dividing by 7, 1, by 7, 1. By 4, 2, by 4, 3. So overall this answer is 2 over 3. So you can copy the other parts. This is 4 over 5 times 8 over 9 minus. Then the next step, 4 over 5 times 8 over 9 minus your answer here now, 2 over 3. So now it becomes very easy to follow. The teacher can tell what you have done, but if you skip this part, sometimes if you have a lot of work, maybe there were 2 divisions, it can be confusing. So after this, you do the multiplication part. The next one is multiplication. I'm just underlining, it's not a requirement, but I'm underlining to show the teacher where I am doing first. What I'm doing first, and then so that you can be able to follow. So here, you have 4 over 5 times 8 over 9. There's nothing you can cancel there. So if there's nothing you can cancel, you just multiply 4 times 8 is 32. 32 over 5 times 9 is 45. Minus 2 over 3. How do you subtract fractions? You use the LCM of 45 and 3. The LCM here is 45. If you can't get the LCM by just looking at the numbers, you can actually do somewhere else. You do the LCM 45 and 3. You say by 3, this is 1, 15. By 3, 1. By 3, 5. 1 by 5, 1, 1. You multiply 3 times 5 is 15, times 3 is 45. But if one number is a multiple of the other, for example here 40, then the larger number is the LCM. 45 divided by 45 is 1 times 1. You have 32. Subtract 45 divided by 3 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. And your answer is that's 2 minus 30 is 2 over 45. This is your answer. So some students will begin getting discouraged when they start seeing the large numbers like 45. Don't be discouraged. We do the very last question. I know you have attempted this. So we are doing this that involves involves decimals. You can be given a question with decimals. So how would you solve a question with this multiple operation, yet it has decimals? This is what you are supposed to do. This question is written 2.5 times 5.1 divided by 1.7 minus 3.9 plus 7.5. So when you get such a question, you can either solve it the way it is with minimal use of a calculator. However, you are not supposed to use calculators here. So the best way would be to convert this into fractions. Do not use a calculator in these questions. Why am I saying you can... Yeah, good. You can do without a calculator, and you can do even without converting them into fractions. So we will do in two ways: without converting into a fraction and by converting into fractions. So first, let us do without converting this into fractions. Is there brackets? No. Off? No. We have division. So we solve this part. So to solve this part, what is 51? 5.1 divided by 1.7. If you are given this, you can multiply by 10 both sides, so that you have 51 over 1.7. And your answer, sorry, not 1.7. The answer is 3. 51 divided by 17 is 3. We are saying 1.7 goes into 5.1 3 times. We can try 1.7 times 3. This is 21, carry 2. This is 3 plus 1, 5. Then we had 1 decimal. So have you seen that if you are dividing two numbers, you can multiply within number of convenience. So why am I multiplying with 10? To remove the decimal. And so my answer here will be 3 without the decimal. At times, if I had divided and the answer has a decimal, I would have it there. So whatever you do to the numerator, you do to the denominator. Because anyway, even this 10 can just be cancelled. It's what we call dummy variable. A dummy variable is multiplying by a number that does not affect the real value of the numbers. Now, so this is 3. And this is 2.5 times 3 minus 3.9 plus 7.5. So that is where we are. So from here you can underline multiplication. After this we have multiplication. So after multiplication, 2.5 times 3, you can do your work in here. 2.5 times 3. 3 times 5, 15, carry 1. 2 times 6, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1, 7. Then your decimal there. So this is 7.5 minus 3.9 plus 7.5. Yes. So this is where we say you do not do this. That is wrong. When you see addition, I said you rearrange. So do not do that way. You come here, 7.5. You begin with addition. This addition. And this subtraction later. That is not confusing because it only happens when you reach this point. You begin with addition, then subtraction later. So when you add this, 7.5 plus 7.5 is 15. You can do it offhand, I know you can. Then this one you need to subtract. Although if you are very much used to it, you can tell it is 11.1, but let us see. So 7.5 plus 7.5, when you are adding, this is 10, and then this 14, 15, and 1 decimal, that is 15. What about 15 minus 3.9? So 3.9. So 15, you assume it is 15.0. So that you subtract. 0 minus 9, impossible. You borrow 1 here. It becomes 10. So 10 minus 9 is 1. Then 4 minus 3 is 1. And then you drop 1. So this is your answer. I hope you have understood. If you are not understood, you can let me know so that we can do more practice on the same. However, let me emphasize again on that part of this addition, subtraction thing, and why we need to interchange that. So suppose you have you begin with 3 minus 4 plus 5, and then we do 3 plus 5 minus 4. Remember the things of addition and subtraction. Suppose you have a shop, you are a customer, and we begin here. You have 3 shillings. You have given that person 3 shillings. So when that person, when you don't have a debt is negative. So if that person has your money, it should be positive. So I went to the shop, I left my change of 3 shillings. So then I sent a child, or I went myself, and I picked things worth 4 shillings. And later came and gave 5 shillings. So this is something I took from you. You have my 3 shillings. I have bought things worth 4 shillings on loan. I didn't pay on cash. And then I have come with 5 shillings. So what is the total amount I have? Or yes, let us use that scenario and then go and check another one. Another case is that I go to the shop, they have my balance of 3 shillings, then I go later and give them 5 shillings. As I go to work, I give them 5 shillings. I tell them, in the evening I'll come picking beans. And then later on I come and buy things worth 4 shillings. So what is my net worth in that shop? Is it, do I owe them, or do they owe me? So looking at me, positive means I have money in that shop. If it's a negative, I have a debt. Let us even give a better example. When you are dealing with money in your bank, when you start working, you'll be depositing money in the bank, and assume these are thousands. When we call 3, let us not deal with impractical 3 shillings. Let's talk about 3,000. You go and withdraw. Your bank allows with something we call overdraft, similar to what people call fuliza today. That ulikuwa na shilingi 3,000 but unaweza withdraw shilingi 4,000. So that if you have 3,000 shillings and you subtract 4,000, you'll have a negative 1,000. Your bank will read negative. That ukikuja weke pesa ingine kama 1,000 yoyote inakatwa because ilikuwa deni. Understand? So you go to the bank, you deposit 3,000, you withdraw. Withdraw is minus, you withdraw 4,000, then you deposit 5,000. So your bank, what amount will your bank read? Yes, that is the case. And this is also the case here. So, remember we are supposed to add, we begin with addition and subtraction. But however, if we were to deal with that case of depositing money, you had 3,000, then you withdrew 4. So kabaki na deni ya 1,000. Then you are coming with your 5,000 to add here. Tutakata our deni kwanza hiyo moja, tukubakishie 4,000. So my answer here should be 4. However, we are not supposed to start with the negatives. The bank can say, you had 3,000 shillings. You have brought in 4. We have brought in 5, sorry. So you have 8. But remember, there is some time before you brought your 5,000, you withdrew 4,000. So what is your net? 4. Yes. So this is why we need to rearrange, and this is how it has been done. 8 minus 4 becomes 4. Now, see the danger of you doing like this. So you have 3. I hope it can be seen. So you have 3 minus 4 plus 5. If you do this thing, if you do like this is very wrong, because we know, by the way, even in multiplication, if you do like this, you'll be wrong because you have left out this sign. So this will give you 3 minus 9, and you are saying you have a debt of 6,000. That is wrong. Now, something I've just remembered. If you really do not want to rearrange, our books tell us to rearrange because people will forget this. We usually say that the sign here, the sign before a number tells the sign of that number. So this is 3 minus 4 plus 5. We are saying that this, it had a positive here, but we do not write. So its sign is here, this sign yake ni hiyo, na hii sign yake ni hii. If you want to begin with addition, then make sure you include that 2. So your answer is 3, and then negative 4 plus 5 is positive 1. So you add 1, and your answer will be 4, if you do not want to rearrange. However, all your books will tell you to rearrange, because most students will not remember to do this, or it will be a little bit complicated. Thank you. So see you in the next lesson. If you have a question, please feel free to reach out, comment below, and practice. Do a lot of practice on this one. You will find it again in the next topic. We are doing numbers. We were here in numbers, integers, and fractions, and decimals. We have revised those 3. And my assumption is that you have already covered it in your class. Now, the next part in algebra, you're going to encounter a lot of areas you need to use these. And it will be a little bit complex because it will use unknowns like x and y's. So if you don't understand this, you might get challenges in that area too. So I wish you the best as you continue to revise. Looking forward to hear from you. See you in the next video. Bye for now. Hi there. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you have not, chances are you are going to miss my next YouTube videos. So please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be among the first to see my video. Subscribe, like the video, comment, and share with your friends.